So we finally got here. So I'm at my friend Shabab's house, and we're gonna speak with some of the people here. Camera's on me, but the camera's on me. It's not on you. We're gonna speak to them about what they think about this Muslim ban.
No papers, brother.
We have no papers. Don't. Okay, stop. All right. So I really want to do is I want to speak to someone who comes from one of these predominantly Muslim countries to ask them why they feel that the ban is either necessary or unnecessary. Okay, so go ahead, tell us your name and
Ahmed Ali
and where you from.
Ahmed Ahmadina
And where?
I am from Bangladesh.
Alright, so you're from Bangladesh. Yes. You're born in Bangladesh or you're born here?
No, born and raised in the Boogie Down Bronx.
Okay, alright. So
American citizen.
American citizen.
Donald Trump, you can't deport me.
And that's
and
a good.
I'm a half citizen, not full service.
So he shows half his face.
So he shows half his face.
Half
Got
his
it. Why do you either agree or disagree with the Muslim ban?
I disagree, period, because this is a country of freedom where it allows every single color, cultures, religion, whatever the fuck it is, they allow everybody here. So if you're putting a ban on Muslim itself, that defeats the purpose of America being America.
Okay, so let me.
It's just gonna be white America.
All right.
We're not down with that KKK shit.
Okay, let me ask you a follow-up question then. Okay, so what if I told you that it's not actually a Muslim ban? If it was a Muslim ban, people from Bangladesh would not be able to come here. So
it was a ban against terror, fucking countries that, you know, basically the terrorists came from, whatever the situation is, that America sent CIA, that sent ISIS to those countries to act like it was Muslim that was actually terrorists, but it was actually American people, whatnot. That's a whole different story.
Yep.
But because of that reason, they want to put a ban on a country, which it wasn't their fault to begin with.
Right. All right. So tell me this then. Let's assume the following stats. Okay. Let's say that you're Syrian. Okay. You're not from Bangladesh anymore. You're from Syria, and the United States, through its intelligence agencies, the CIA, etc., have been funding and training and arming these ISIS, all these terrorist groups in your country.
American groups that's over there training.
Yeah, we trained them. With the United States trained them. United States funded them. Okay, so now you guys have gone. No, excuse me. Now the terrorists have done what terrorists do. They've gone crazy. They've gone off the reservation, and now
fear.
There's no control over them. The United States no longer has any direct control over them. So now what we're doing is we're trying to fix the problem by bombing these countries to get rid of these terrorists, okay? But while I'm bombing these countries to get rid of these terrorists, I'm bombing your house. I'm bombing your backyard.
You're bombing the kids that struggle on a daily basis to eat food, that in areas that has nothing to do with terrorists, and just bomb them, fuck it, kill, because that's the American fucking...
Exactly, that's the MO. Okay, so that's the premise, okay? Yeah. Now here's the question, all right? Let's say you're one of these people that you can't go back home because your home doesn't exist anymore, all right? And you've been in refugee camps in Europe, and now you have the opportunity to come to the United States. Here's the question: how many of those people do you think would want to get revenge?
To be honest with you, as a Muslim, the way we're raised and the way we're taught, no matter what, and no matter how much the devil pushes you, they will not even want to harm anybody because of that reason. Despite the fact that all this went through their whole life, and they went through this whole struggle to get to America, I think honestly, Muslims, like a Muslim, like a strict Muslim that comes from those countries, they will not even still, despite all this shit that's going on, they're still not going to want to get revenge and kill people. They're not like that.
Wow.
They will be mad.
Right.
And of course, their whole life is fucked. Like they came here to fucking looking for new opportunities and start a new life.
All right.
And stay away from America bombing areas where they live in and shit like that. They come over here. Fuck it. If we can't beat them, join them. That's the mentality that they probably see. And look what happens. They sent back. That's how I feel. I don't think they would wish revenge or still death or anything of Americans. They would just be more pissed off.
Okay.
But that's how Muslims are, man.
So
we fight anger with love.
So we're people of the book, right? Like, so we believe in turning the other cheek. You know, peace. Islam means peace, right? Islam means peace.
Despite all this, despite the fact, despite the fact that maybe their mother was killed, their father was killed, their brothers, sisters was killed.
They still wouldn't want revenge. They still wouldn't want revenge.
They still found the opportunity to come to this country,
Thank you, Sujan.
And to get turned down, to go right back, they still would not want revenge. They would maybe in their inner mentality, but as a Muslim, that's not how we were raised. We fight anger with love, and that's what it is.
Great.
And we'll pray and seek like a better way that God, like hopefully God can just bring a better way.
Wow.
You know, God will show us a better way somehow through all this negative bullshit. Somehow they just keep praying, and maybe one day their prayers will be answered. That's it.
Yeah. I know. So, all right. So let me ask you this: the thousands and thousands of refugees all over the world. What number of these people who would want revenge is acceptable?
Zero. According to the Muslim religion and culture, and anybody
Muslim
that
ban
wants
in the media. If you could tell us what you think about it.
I think it's defying every American person in this country of what we are and what we've become.
What makes you say that?
Because what we are is about freedom and every single culture, religion, whatever it is, ethnicity. And now that you put a specific ban on a certain religion, you're just defying what we are.
Well, what would you say if someone said to you, well, you know it's not a ban against all Muslims, right? Because you're from Bangladesh, right? Well, people from Bangladesh can come in, and that's not a ban against Muslims.
You answered your question with that question, because you said, what if it's not a Muslim ban, so why do they have to label Muslim ban?
Well, that's the media. I don't think they're giving. They're propagating the narrative.
Like Denzel said to the media.
If you don't read the newspaper, you're uninformed. If you do read it, you're misinformed.
What do you do?
That's a great question. What is the long-term effect of too much information? One of the effects is the need to be first, not even to be true anymore. So what a responsibility you all have. To tell the truth. Not just to be first, but to tell the truth. We live in a society now where it's just first. Who cares? Get it out there. We don't care who it hurts. We don't care who we destroy. We don't care if it's true. Just say it. Sell it. Anything you practice, you'll get good at. Including BS.
Bullshit. You know, you report what you report, not what you hear and what you're instructed to do. And he basically told them what it was. And we all know how that went. And he basically told them straight up, don't report the fake news, you know? Tell people what's really going on.
Okay. So, all right, so let's say independent media like us. Like, we're independent media right now because we're actually investigating and trying to report upon the people's...
You got to replace the word
the thoughts of the people.
Infiltrating.
Well, that's the problem. That the infiltration is the problem.
That's the media. They hide words.
Muhammad, that's the problem, brother.
Like you say, investigate. That's what the media says, but they actually replacing the word infiltrate. It's all hidden. You just don't see it. All
right, so but that's the we're talking about infiltrating ISIS, infiltrating these refugees. That's the underlying current. That's the fear behind the ban, that we want to ban. We want to prevent these ISIS terrorists that we know for a fact use refugees as a shield to enter countries. And
see, well, I'm gonna translate that for people. The hidden version of that is translated is basically they want to create fear in people, and they want to create more corruptness, and they want to create anger. The more the people are angry, the more they get to distract them on what's really going on in society. And you think it's a ban, but there's actually something else going on behind that that's bigger than that, and nobody knows. See, that's the hidden truth.
Okay, all right. Granted,
going on and nobody knows.
Granted, everyone has an agenda. I see what you're saying. The media has an agenda. The government has an agenda. The ISIS has an agenda. Everyone has an agenda. So they're gonna try to spin the narrative the best way to get that agenda across. I get it. So why don't we look? Let's make you President Hassan, President Ali. Okay, you are now President Ali. You know for a fact that in the past, and maybe we don't know, we just don't know, but possibly in the more recent future, our intelligence agencies are responsible for creating these terrorist groups, by funding them, training them, arming them,
daughters, kids, not
etc.
More innocent civilians than the people they was attacking. Yes.
So there's an obligation to fix this. Okay, so now you're the president, and what they've been doing in the past is they're trying to bomb these groups of people, these insurgents, what they're called, these terrorists, in the locations where we know they are, such as like Syria, creating the refugee crisis.
Terrorists, when the fact of the matter is, every single time you hear about an incident, they're attacking somebody, they fail. They don't attack their main priority. What happens? What really happens? Innocent kids, fathers, kids, like fucking areas where there's no militant action at all that's being attacked. So why is that not being brought up in the media?
It is
slightly.
It is.
They
you
don't
know
show what it really is.
Dude, that's what Chelsea Manning represents.
Okay,
Chelsea
last
Manning.
time they reported that they actually got somebody they was looking for. In bombing wise, no, it's just no, wrongfully dead, wrongfully dead, wrongfully dead, blood everywhere. Yeah.
But I think they report that they killed people. Well, I don't know how many of those people are the actual
when is the last
insurgents.
time was the exact location that they hit that they was actually trying to hit and that was false and it wasn't actually true?
President Obama authorized. He didn't do it himself. He authorized the bombing of a couple of hospitals.
Innocent children, hospitals, yes.
We tortured some people. So, he literally said, I am quoting the president. We tortured some people, and then he proceeded to make. Then he proceeded to make all that documentation redacted, unavailable for 12 years. Man, so. That's the kind of like, so we know that. Okay, so now you're President Ali, right? How do you stop someone from retaliating? Look, you've been through hell. You don't have a home to go to anymore. You've spent all these months, maybe possibly years, in a European refugee camp.
The question that you ask is so hard for the government to answer. What was that question again? How do you stop
it?
See, when you ask that question, there is no stopping. By you stopping that, you're stopping money, fueling, the fucking war, all this killing and this, that. When you say how do you stop, it's going to go out their ears. Go one word this way and that way. That's it. They don't want to.
Why? What makes you say that?
They don't want to stop nothing. They need this. They need war to make money. They need people to die. That's how they make money. Like all the weapons, fucking import, export, all this shit. Like, trust me, it's complicated. I want to say directly because there's people out there that's gonna be pissed to hear the truth. Like, oh, this guy, he doesn't know nothing. Like, trust me, I'm from the Bronx, born and raised in a fucking place where we've been through like poverty, struggle, this and that. The people that struggles the most, they know the most truth, and we know what's going on behind the lies. That's what it is.
Okay, all right. So
they're not ready for the truth.
All right.
They're not ready for the truth.
So what? So do you think? Okay. So do you think if you're the president of a country where you know that terrorists are mixing in with refugees to enter into countries, what do you do to stop that? What do you do to stop that?
That's a good question. What does the president do to stop that? You know what's funny? He's under so many people that even the president sometimes gets instructed on what to do. What I'm talking about, but I can't.
All right, listen. Here's a facts question. I'm gonna try to get this out of you. Okay, listen. What countries are included in the ban?
You gotta ask me and I'll tell you.
All right, my friend.